Alright, what is going on, everybody? I am Outer Space Gaming, and I did a video a while back where I was taking a look at my father's iPhone. He was having a lot of issues with the display, outputting a display. It was intermittent between working and not working, so what I ended up doing is in the last video, which if you guys haven't checked that out, the video is going to be on my channel. I basically took the phone apart to see if I could find any issues with it. And the issue that I did find that was wrong with it was that the ribbon cable on the screen, this one right down here, there's a big one right down here that got ripped. And so he did end up ordering a new screen for it. So what I'm going to be doing is, this is basically just the follow-up video for the attempted repair at the phone. So hopefully we can get this phone fixed, and we can give it back to him, and he'll be a happier man. So without further ado, let's get into that, okay? Alright, so we're back in it, and still trying to get everything a little bit situated here, but basically what we have is we have the screen right here in this box, and then we have the phone here. So just like I said in the intro here, he ordered a new screen, which apparently this comes with some tools, so I'd be interested to see what kind of tools actually come in here. But the main concern was the ribbon cable for the display of the camera. So I'm hoping that this screen that he ordered does have those new parts, because I know when I went to replace the screen on another iPhone of mine, you end up having to take out a lot of these smaller components and then re-putting them into the new screen. So hopefully we'll still be able to use maybe some parts from here. But I really want to make sure that it comes with the ribbon cables, which I assume it would, seeing as that's kind of part of the screen. And it looks like we have a lot of stuff here, so I am going to go over all of everything that comes in here. This is not me promoting this wherever they purchased it from. This is just me showing you guys what all comes in it. Okay. Alright. So here we have the screen, which I am going to try and take out without damaging. There we go. And as you guys can see, the differences here. So we are going to end up having to take out like the front cameras and stuff like that, or not the front cameras, but the what is this? I don't know. I don't know exactly what these parts are. It might be something for like facial recognition or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. I don't really work on these phones that much. I'm more of a computer guy, but because I'm a computer guy, I am able to do stuff like this. So we have some instructions. We also have a screen protector, which is very nice. And then it did also include some tools, which depending on the quality of the tools, I can definitely hang on to those and add those to my miniature tool collection, so to speak. All right. And that is actually the Face ID stuff. So we have a nice little set of instructions here, which is very nice. You guys can see that they are very detailed. They even include some pictures and stuff. So this is a nice little brochure. I wonder where he got this from. So I'm just going to set the base of the phone to the side for now. And we are going to get into this. So I don't know if I'm going to put the screen protector on just yet. I want to make sure that everything is working on the phone prior to putting everything back together. And so we got a few tools here. We have another suction cup, which is significantly larger than the one that I had. We got another plastic spudger, which if you guys seen in the last video, I actually broke one of these trying to take the screen off. We have what appears to be almost like a stylus type deal. I'm not sure what this is actually used for. I'll figure that out, I guess. We have a few screwdrivers, so it looks like we have we have just a standard Phillips. We have the Torx bit used for actually removing the screws from the bottom of the phone. And then I'm assuming this is a tri-wing. No, it's just another Phillips. Okay. And then we have an SD card removal tool, which is nice. And we also have some tweezers. Now, these tweezers are a bit different than the ones that I have because they are angled. So you guys can see they got that little bit of an angle to it. It's not quite a 90. It's probably like a, I don't know, like an 80-degree angle, or maybe even like a 70 something. I'm not sure. But anyways, we're gonna get into this, and I'll do my best to edit out some of the boring parts because I will actually be reading the instructions as I go along. So for those parts, I'll probably just speed it up and everything like that. So let me just see where I'm at actually on here. So I did this. Okay. And actually, he was saying that he was having some issues with the Bluetooth and I think hearing people on there. So it looks like this screen might be actually part of that problem. So hopefully, by replacing the screen, the phone will work nicely. I'm just gonna have to tell him to take care of it because it is kind of partially his fault that this is damaged. So I'm just gonna end up letting him know not to be too aggressive with the phone. Okay. So these people actually, I wonder, I don't know exactly who these people are. Let me take a look here. So there's no indication of who exactly made this. It just says smartphone screen assembly, which sounds a little foreign to me, if you know what I mean. Um, but these instructions are actually very, very good. And the reason being is because um, step number 7 here says test the new screen. Here is the new screen. Now please test if it works well before installing the earpiece speaker and front sensor assembly to the new screen. Which is a very good, actually, which is something that you guys typically would want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the rear of the phone here, and we have the new screen here. So as you guys can see, or may not see, I don't know if the camera will focus in, but as you guys can see here, everything looks really nice on here, as opposed to the old one, where if you guys can see there, this ribbon cable, the really fat one underneath, is actually torn quite significantly. So I'm hoping that this will resolve the issue, which we're going to find out right now. I just have to take out this plate here, so that way I can put the connect the ribbon cables onto the actual phone, and then try to power it up. I don't actually know if there is any battery in here, but we will find out. And I'm gonna actually use this here that the phone kind of came in, to just kind of put some screws in here. I don't think I'm gonna be taking out a whole bunch of stuff. And if you guys want to see kind of a better way of doing this, if you guys are gonna be taking the entire phone apart, I do have my Steam Deck disassembly and reassembly when I replace the shell on it, so you guys can see what the best way is to keeping track of lots of screws and lots of small parts. But for this video, I am going to just be taking off very small pieces at a time, one by one, hopefully, and keeping track of everything just with knowing where I put it. Alright, so we have the connectors now visible. So what we're going to do is we are going to kind of set the screen up on its side, just so we don't have any instance where the same thing happens on this screen where the ribbon cables would tear. So I'm just going to try to find where these are going to seat, and then just press them down to seat them, because these ribbon cables are significantly different than most ribbon cables. Most of them have the locks on them. Apple doesn't do it that way, which is unfortunate, but I think we might be able to still do this. Alright. And I wonder if this phone still even has any battery. And I can't actually see if the phone is outputting anything, because they put the sticker literally right in the middle. I don't know why they didn't put it down here. I don't know. So the sticker's literally right in the middle, where you would see an icon if the phone was dead, which would allow me to know if it was working or not. But it's right here instead of like down at the bottom or up at the top, which down at the bottom would probably be the best. So very unfortunate there. But I guess we can do a little sneaky peeky here, and we can see. Yeah, so I'm still not getting any output for some reason, which I don't think I didn't disconnect the battery. So let me get a phone charger real quick and let me plug this bad boy in. All right. So the point of this test is not to actually charge the phone. I just want to see, just as the instructions say, to get an output. So sometimes these phones are dead to the point where you're not going to get any output. So I'm just going to plug it in. And there we go. Look. So it is saying it's low battery, which is a very, very good sign. So basically this does mean that in fact the display was the problematic area, which is awesome. And the display looks nice and vibrant and everything. So what we can do now is we can move forward with the transference process of basically taking every component from the old screen and putting it onto the new screen. So let me just unplug this, being sure not to damage anything. There we go. And so now we can put this back to the side here because we don't need it for now. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just kind of move all of these little screws and stuff back over to a corner so I can determine what it goes where. And then we can get into this. Now, like I said earlier in the video, I haven't done a whole lot of these phones before. But thankfully, though, we have these instructions, which if you guys are not keen to these kinds of things, it helps out significantly. So, we have here, it looks like 3 screws, 4 technically. So we have one here, we have one at the top, we have one on the left, and then we have a little itty bitty one right there at the top. So that's what we're going to take out now. Alright, so I got those screws off, and now we should just be able to remove this entire piece. Being sure not to damage the cable that comes on this. And let me see. Flip the speaker assembly over, down, and away from the top edge of the display, which I'm doing now. And let me flip the instructions over. And that is a little quick connect. So what it's telling me now to do is to use the plastic scraper or the spudger tool. Depends on who you are and how long you've been doing this to call these what names. But basically we got to take this now, and without damaging any of the cables, we want to basically pop these up. Oh man, that is a lot of little pieces right there at the top. Let me just focus the camera in for you guys so you can see this. Very, very small little delicate sensors, as well as very small delicate little connectors that connect everything together. So we're just going to set this to the side now. Oh, doggy! No, go lay down. No. No, you can't come up here. Go. Go, dude. I got a little baby kitty coming up here. You can't come up here, buddy. Sorry. I'm doing some delicate work. Alright. No. No. I told you no. You cat. Yes. Yes, you are so cute and soft, buddy, but you can't be coming up here. I'm I'm trying to put this screen back together. You gotta go downstairs, buddy. Come on. Go on. Come back later. Alrighty. Oh. Alright, let's try to get this piece on. Right. Whew. Man. Okay. So now it looks like we have everything attached to now the front of the screen, which I feel like this was a little bit less than my old iPhone. I don't remember exactly which one it is. I think it was the 7, and I think this one is an iPhone 11, just based off of what I'm looking at here. But now I guess that's it. So now we just take off the film on here, and then we get to reassemble in this thing. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait a minute. Why does it say to take the blue film off after you put all this stuff on? Damn it, dude. What the heck? Alrighty. Now we can put the screen back on the phone. But I actually have to take these bottom screws out first. Alright. And then we have the new adhesive as well for the waterproofing, which is very nice. However, I do have to take off the old stuff. Very yucky. Glue. Alright. Finally! Stupid glue. We got the new glue on. We got the parts replaced on the screen, and now we just got to put everything together, I think. Alright. Ooh. Moment of truth. Just apply a good amount of pressure around the edges. Make sure everything is snapped in place properly so I can screw these screws in. Which is this one here. Cool. Alright. Oh, moment of triumph. Moment of seeing if this works. Hopefully everything is plugged in properly. Let's plug her in. Are you fucking serious, man? What the hell? Alright. So we got a bit of a problem here. The display is not outputting anything anymore. Okay. So what happened that we now get no display? No display. But the backlight comes on. So this is the same issue that was happening before. Alright, now let's see if this thing works. There we go. Okay. Oh, man. One of the cables was just not plugged in all the way, which was causing one of the pins not to have contact there, so thank goodness, dude. My gosh. Thought for sure something else was wrong with it. I was like, oh gosh. I hate working on these phones. Hopefully this is the last phone I ever have to work on in my life, but we'll see. I've never worked on an Android phone before, though, so that might be pretty interesting. Where did that screw just go? Alright, now before I put it all back together, we're going to double, triple, quadruple check that this screen is still working. Which it is. We have a display. Oh man. And now we can put it back together. Alright. And now let's double check again. There we go. So besides all the fingerprints and stuff, we do have a display outputted, so I am going to have to, I'm going to put these screws in here, and then I'm going to charge the phone, and then we're going to see if everything else works. Like the, we're going to make sure that the face recognition works, and we got to make sure the daylight sensor works, all that good stuff. Alright, so that is pretty much everything for this video. Yeah, as you guys can see, I ended up getting the phone fixed, and it's now displaying properly. We're gonna, like I said, I'm gonna test to make sure everything is working on the phone. As far as the touchscreen, the facial recognition, I'll have to wait until he gets back, because I don't know where they're at right now, but yeah, so that is the phone. Completely repaired, and honestly, there was a job completed with just the tools that were included. So whoever it is that actually makes these, which I don't know, there's no name, but really nice, really good phone, really nice screen, and really nice instructions, as well as very useful tools. So I would say for this one, it was a 10 out of 10, other than earlier when I gave myself a heart attack because I thought it wasn't working. Yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, and that's everything that I had in this one. Peace out.